ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Reading from Bhagavad Gita. Give me 1 second. We'll continue from the discussion after Sanatan Dharma. Hare Krishna. So, yet man professes to belong to a particular type of faith with reference to a particular time and circumstances, and thus claims to be a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, or an ardent of any other sect. Such designations are non-Sanatan Dharma. A Hindu may change his faith to become a Muslim, or a Muslim may change his faith to become a Hindu, or a Christian may change his faith, and so on. But in all circumstances, the change of religious faith does not affect the eternal occupation of rendering service to others. The Hindu, Muslim, or Christian in all circumstances is servant of someone. Thus, to profess a particular type of faith is not to profess one's Sanatan Dharma. The rendering of service is Sanatan Dharma. Actually, we are related to the Supreme Lord in service. The Supreme Lord is a supreme enjoyer, and we living entities are his servitors. We are created for his enjoyment. And if we participate in that eternal enjoyment with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we become happy. We cannot become happy otherwise. It is not possible to be happy independently. Just as no part of the body can be happy without cooperation with the stomach, it is not possible for the living entity to be happy without rendering transcendental loving service unto the Lord. In Bhagavad Gita, worship of different demigods or rendering service to them is not approved. It is stated in the 7th chapter, Kamester kritagnana prapadyante na devata tam tam niyamam astaya prakritya niyata swayaha. Those whose intelligence has been stolen by material desires surrender unto demigods and follow the particular rules and regulations of worship according to their own natures. Here it is plainly said that those who are directed by lust worship the demigods, not the Supreme Lord Krishna. When we mention the name Krishna, we do not refer to any sectarian name. Krishna means the highest pleasure, and it is confirmed that the Supreme Lord is a reservoir of storehouse of all pleasure. We are all hankering after pleasure, Anandamaya Bhyasa. The living entity, like the Lord, are full of consciousness, and they are happy. They are after happiness. The Lord is perpetually happy, and if the living entity associates with the Lord, cooperate with him, and take part in his association, then they also become happy. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकधामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवशरी गौड़ भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं Yatkripātamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam. Hare Krishna. So, since few days we were discussing about an important aspect of Sanatana Dharma. So, what this Sanatana Dharma is? A devotee is something which is eternal, is called as Sanatana. That means, for example, if a person is going through some difficulty, or he has some health issue, or he has some family issue, or he has some financial issue, that is totally different. And Sanatana Dharma is different. So a question will come, if a person doesn't have anything, then can he follow Sanatana Dharma? He can. It depends on his faith. It depends on his Shraddha. Shraddha, Shraddha, Vishwasya, Shraddha, Nishya. That is why the reason the pure devotees are always in that state. They do not hanker for anything in this world. If anything is there, they will use it in the service of the Lord. If nothing is there, they will just simply continue their process. So this thing is very important. Otherwise, if we closely observe this, yesterday we were also discussing about unwanted things, like how the unwanted things keep us away from the real thing. Because they are devotees, why practicing devotion is very important in one's life? There's a reason for that. Because we are actually establishing that Sanatana Dharma in one's heart and consciousness. Now, if we closely observe, something which is done continuously means what kind of attitude or faith or consciousness one should develop towards that. Because a lot of people have this understanding that, oh, okay, until I leave this body, I have to chant Hare Krishna, and then after that, I'll be free of that. No. The mood itself is not that. The chanting of Hare Krishna mantra or Shravana or Kirtana or doing our services, they're actually meant to establish a Sanatana, eternal relationship. The Sanatana means eternal. The Sambandha Gyan is represented by Radha Madan Mohan ji. He's the he is the one who actually gives the Sambandha Gyan. For example, if Sambandha is not established, can we do Avideya? Means can we practice? We cannot practice. Can we follow? If there is no relationship, what do we practice? And then after that, Avideya, the following, the principles, leading our life as per that, that is Avideya. That is represented by Radha Govinda Deva. And what happens after that? Prayojana. Just like Shraddha, Bhajana Kriya, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya. Through sadhanas, through Sadhu Sangha, what is established? The relationship with the Lord is established. Then what is Avideya? Avideya is doing that Bhajana Kriya. So through that process of Avideya, what is Avideya means is practically putting that in his life. Because for example, if I say, let's say if you went to, let's say when you are young, you went to learn cricket. You go to the stadium, you have a coach. She will tell how to, we will give some practical, class sessions, this is how you need to hit, this is how you need to bowl, this is how you need to catch. He will explain, right? And then after that, he will train. But When that acceptance is not rightly being taken, if you are kept in a match, will we be able to perform well? We cannot perform well because the performance will be not that great because the practical experience is not there. For example, the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra or Shravana will elevate one's consciousness from one state to another state is okay, is there. But if we are hearing, but if the application is not there, that means that Abhideya portion is not there, then the prayojana will not manifest. Through that bhajana kriya, through that bhajana kriya, what is happening? The heart, anarthas which are there in the heart, they are dissipated. That means we are actually working on the anarthas. Because after that only, the Abhideya, the manifestation of Abhideya, when it further advances, then it comes to stage of Nishtha. That means continuously you want to practice, continuously you want to hear, continuously you want to understand the absolute truth. Continuously you want to take the shelter. We want to take the shelter of the spiritual master and our acharyas. Why? Because we are actually feeling. That means the heart is becoming light. For example, if you are taking a medicine, you have a lot of cold, cough, so many other things going on. You're taking medicines regularly as per the directions of the physician. Then you see the progress in your life. That means you are feeling much more energetic now. Then what do? Do you quit? The doctor said you need to take this course for 1 month. Do we quit in between? No, we don't quit in between because we are feeling that presence. We are experiencing that. Now that experience, every person who is on the call should experience that. He will experience, every person will experience if he is hearing very sincerely through that relationship and then following that principle through Abhideya. If the relationship and the Abhideya is not established, the Sambandha Abhideya is not established, there is no Prayojana. There is no question actually, Prayojana. That means if the hearing is not sincere, if the hearing is not done in the right state, then the Prayojana will not manifest. Because the hearing is only done through relationship. If that relationship is not established, then Abhideya will not work out. That means that bhajana kriya under that relationship should actually dissipate the anarthas. It should hit the anarthas. And then the sadhaka should come to the state of nishtha. Now this all happens through submission and surrender. We discussed a few days back. Double S. How this double S is manifested in one's heart if three S's are removed. What are the three S which has to be removed? If three S is removed, then two S will come. That means through submission, three S is removed. After three S is removed, another S is added. What is another? The last S is surrender. But for that to happen, three S has to be removed. What is that? Sense gratification, speculation, and being stubborn. Because in the Abhideya conception, dear devotees, in the Abhideya, if speculation is there, oh, is it really true? अरे वो कौन देखा है? पॉपॉट को देखा है क्या? मैं थोड़ी. Have I seen Srila Prabhupada? Oh, this person is telling the truth. Is he okay? Is he really a devotee? Is he really practicing Krishna consciousness? Is he really on a selfless plan? Dear devotee, surrender only comes when these things are removed from the heart. Sarva dharman parityajat mamekam sharanam aham tam sarvapapeva mokshayishami vashuchaha. Dear devotees, today or 10 years later, this is our goal. Please understand. The sooner we realize that, come to that state is beneficial. The later we do that, it is non-beneficial. But today or tomorrow or next life or this life, we have to come to this state. For sure. Every sadhaka. We should be very accountable on this. Because the goal of these sessions are only that. We should come to that plane, practice pure devotion. Very clear. Since the day one, I'm very clear with this. This we need to aspire because otherwise, how is that prajna manifesting? Abhidaya is like practically you're putting it action. That means practically in Abhidaya, rather Govindada will help. Or spiritual master will help. How? By removing those S3 S. What is that? Speculation, sense gratification, and being stubborn. Now, why a person is stubborn? Please understand. This is an important question. Why stubbornness will come? You see the life of Duryodhana. Why was he stubborn? Because he has attachments. What kind of attachment? Kingdom, name, fame, profit, adoration. Now, what is that helping? Is it helping him? It's not helping him. Actually, it is troubling the entire nation. Now, for his attachment, 64 crore people has to die, had died. That's for his, because he has an attachment. Are he didn't even want Lord because he wants the energy of the Lord, because his energy is useful for his attachment to fulfill his attachment. Please understand. That's why this entire material, why karmic reactions are coming? Because we are using the energy of the Lord, but we don't want Lord. Please understand. If the health is a problem, if there are relationship problem, we need to understand that it's only karmic reactions. Pretty clear. Why the karmic reactions are coming? Because we are using the energy of the Lord, but we are not using the Lord. This is a small Duryodhana. Duryodhana on a large scale is doing it. That's why it is manifested, it is shown to everyone. So that we learn our small lessons through that. If you are dejected in the process of Krishna consciousness, means that is this is also another reason which is actually coming in between. What is that reason? Somehow, shape or form, we don't want Krishna, but we want energy of the Lord. That means we are using his assets, but we don't want him. It's very important because why Duryodhana was actually working on that plane? Duryodhana was actually working on the plane because he has unlimited attachment on it. Likewise, we also have attachments, so many attachments in this world. That attachment is actually pulling us away from the Lord. Please understand. Those attachments are only pulling us away from the Lord. Our devotees have reasons. They say, I don't have that, I don't have this, I can't get up in the morning, I have office for. What are all these reasons? Because we want to go away from the Lord. Simple. There's no other thing. Because you're not giving priority to this. If you work 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, if they want to remove, they will remove. They will say goodbye in 2 weeks. There are big people. For example, a director of a company, he might have so many resources. But if he has to remove someone, he has to remove. That's it. If he is working good, that doesn't matter. You have to remove 10 people, means he has to find out 10 people from that list. And you have to remove. No, this person has given us, he was very selflessly working. There's no question of selfless here. They paid money, you worked, that's it. Give and take, dadati pratigna. That's on a material plane, that's not on a spiritual plane. That's why they are very ruthless. They are not, oh, this person is working since 50 years, let us glorify him, let us express our gratitude. There's nothing like that in the material world. Even if they glorify or gratify that or give gratitude, that is something else. If the company is not working, there's no question of gratitude or anything like that. They will remove, they will fire everyone. That is how this material nature is designed. That means jiva se jiva. I give you something, you give me something. Or one living entity's life is life for the other living entity. Just give and take policy. So that's why in this circumstances or in this facility, there is no question of relationship. That's why entire family structure is also designed in this way only. Now, earlier it was on relationship, but no relationships now. What are you giving me? You're giving me this, then you are my brother. If you don't give me that, you're not my brother. Go. Get the hell out of here. That's it. As simple as why this thing is manifesting like this, dear devotees? Because of the absence of the acharya in one's heart. Because he is missing now. He's totally missing from the consciousness. When a person is missing from the consciousness, what manifests? External things will manifest. That's what Prabhupada is mentioning about happiness in this session, in the paragraph which we discussed. How is the real happiness coming when person is actually connected with the Lord? That means the person has to follow that Sanatana Dharma. That means he has to get that inspiration. That means another person has to give that sambandha. He has to show the process of Abhideya. And then he has to take us through the process of Abhideya because he has to catch hold of us. He has to take us through the process. Slowly, slowly, he has to remove all the anarthas on the way. And then he has to take us to the Ruchi, Nishta, Bhava, Ruchi, Bhava, Sthai Bhava, and then eventually Prema. That is the whole ultimate purpose, ultimate propaganda, ultimate business for us. You see, there is this Amway business, right? What is this Amway business? It's a chain business. What is that? If uh, if you bring one person and then he does great, he sells, then some of that profit will come to you also because you brought him. Likewise, whoever brought you, he will also get. That means whoever is coming under you or whoever is coming under you, they're all helping you to move forward. What kind of action is that? It's a chain, right? What is that? What is that doing? Knowingly or unknowingly, you're getting benefited. That's why you've been there in that for 10, 15, 20 years, 30 years. Knowingly or unknowingly. With that. I'm not into that. I just know. Knowingly or unknowingly, we get into that, right? We get that. So what is manifesting eventually, for example, after 5 years, 10 years, how does he think? More people should come, more. Because he's getting money now. He's getting that. He got that material, that greed manifested. Now, what is he expecting? More, more, everyone. Exactly opposite is there in the heart of the pure devotee. More people should have, more people should take the signs of Krishna consciousness. And whoever is there, they should become more and more pure. They should go more deeper into the heart. They should become selfless. Because how is that selfless manifesting? He has to remove this speculation from the heart. He has to remove why one does sense gratification? Self-endeavor. That self-endeavor has to remove, not me. Whatever minimum is there, I will take that. Rest everything doesn't belong to me. Minimum thing I should sleep minimum 5 hours, 6 hours, whatever is there, 6 hours. Should sleep that. And the rest I should use in the service of the Lord. That sleep is also service of the Lord. Nothing for me. So this has to come. Because what is happening? Why is this speculation? Who will do this speculation? The person who is insecure. Mantra, she's actually doing that. What is she doing? She's continuously speculating. What is my position? What will happen to me? Where will I go? What will be my destination? How will I lead my life? Who will take care of me? All these things are coming from the heart. Just like Duryodhana, he was also worried. What's going to happen to me if I lose the kingdom? He is literally worried. That's why through that worry only is bringing everyone under his belt. Why? Because he had to maintain that. That's why if you actually see Mahabharata, you'll actually learn all different signs of how to put the other person down. We can learn everything. By understanding the tactics of Duryodhana, a lot of people will do that also. In a negative way, they'll take. How they will lead, they will take they'll they'll review the life of Duryodhana. And then they'll see how I can do, how I can exceed, how I can get everything for myself. Janasya mohoya maham mameti. Papa says that they will not get happiness. He says, no, Krishna. But Krishna energy is there. Very important. See, when service factor will come, when one really feels that yes, he's my master and I have to serve him. Until that point of time, service factor will not come. Until that point of time, speculation will only be there. If speculation goes away, then only service will come. If speculation stays, service will not come. If speculation stays, happiness will also not come. Because what is that? Through speculation, what is happening? Insecurities are manifesting. That's why even though Manthara was happy, was satisfied, because she is not happy. She can be satisfied with what she has. She is simply serving Kaikai. Until she leaves the body, she can stay happily under Kaikai. But she was worried what's going to happen if Lord Ramachandra becomes a king. Kausalya will be elevated more and then nobody will follow Kaikai. Nobody will respect her. If nobody is respecting her, then what is my position? It might be gone. There will not be any existence for me. These are all the thoughts which are going, which are dwelling in the heart. And these come through insecurities. For example, if a husband is talking to somebody, a wife out of insecurity, she'll think that, oh, is my husband cheating on me? What's happening? He's not speaking to me anymore. He's on the phone always. Begins one after one, the one speculation, another speculation adds through insecurities. You see, he's continuously talking. He's speaking to her. He's always on the phone. He's always staying in the office. Weekends also he's going. Oh, what's happening? Speculation. Because the relationship is not deep. Why speculation is coming? Because of the lack of relationship. That means lack of sambandha with our acharyas, lack of sambandha with the Lord. What is he doing? It is not allowing us to go deeper in the Abhideya. Because in Abhideya only everything is corrected. If the sambandha is not taken rightly, this is my whole purpose. This is I am here. My existence is there to practice Krishna consciousness. That sambandha has to be convinced in our heart. I'm not male, I'm not female, I'm not this, I'm a powerful spirit soul. And this powerful spirit soul has a relationship with the Lord. And even if one advances further, you will understand that this powerful spirit soul has a relationship with the Lord's devotees. That I need to establish. That is my sambandha. This is my sambandha gyan. This is the first core crux in the Sanatana Dharma. Because this is the one which actually increases our faith in the process. How do we know our faith is not disturbed? When difficulties are coming, the faith is actually increasing. This actually is an indication that our faith is very firmly fixed in Krishna consciousness. Manthara had problems. No, she had solution through Kaikai. But what she did, through her speculation, she spoiled Kaikai. She added all enmity. Through speculation, what is coming? Envy is coming. We'll put the other persons down. We'll tell negative about them. Why people tell negative about the other person? Insecurity. Through that insecurity only envy has come. What is a core reason for insecurity? Sense gratification. Just see, dear devotees, why people do not discuss about surrender is because these things are there in the heart. They would say, let us discuss this, let us read this, let us read that. They'll not come to this point. Or let us discuss some pastimes of the Lord. Let us hear about Krishna lifting Govardhan hill. If the anarthas are there in the heart, If Krishna is lifting Govardhan Hill or Krishna is doing some other pastimes, how is it connected to us? First, the anarthas have to be removed. Right? The weeds have to be removed. Then the Bhaktilata beach will grow. When the Bhaktilata bridge is going, when the Nishta is established in the heart, then all the passions will be manifested in your heart. Because heart is becoming pure now. The heart is no longer contaminated. अशुद्ध नहीं है हृदय में. There is no ashuddh. There is no contamination in the heart. The heart is becoming pure because we are taking pure association. Rukmini Amma, when Kayadu was telling to Prahlad Maharaj, oh my dear child, why don't you just accept the words of your father? Why are you getting trouble? Why are you in trouble so much? Then he immediately said, dear mother, just like you are feeling about me, about my, just like your concern about me, don't you think Amma, my father, our father, the Supreme Lord, Vishnu, Krishna, won't he be concerned towards us? If you are concerned, then how much concern he should have? Then immediately said, Father is there, he will protect. Just see that conviction. He didn't even see the Lord, but he heard from his spiritual master Narada Muni. Just see the process. It's a beautiful process, dear devotees. Because how is that consciousness manifesting in the heart? Speculation, sense gratification, stubbornness is removed. It is not there. The sadhaka will speculate when he doesn't have a relationship. The sadhaka will speculate, he doesn't understand what this process of Krishna consciousness is. Because his consciousness is completely in another plane. For that, the precursor here is submission. When that submission is manifested, then these three things, we will actually work on that. The submission comes through relationship, which is Sambandha Gyan. Now that is submission, which is coming through Sambandha Gyan. Through that, one will actually work on the anarthas. Your devotees, for example, you're trained how to catch the ball in your glove. The coach will throw ball and then you'll catch. The coach will throw left side. You'll go towards left. The coach is throwing towards the right. You'll go to right. The coach is throwing in the front. You'll jump in the front and then you'll try to catch it. What are you doing? Because the relationship is established. He trained you. Now what are you doing? You're doing the abhidya. You're actually practicing that. The catching of the balls is actually abhidya. Is actually principles. You're actually working on it now. Then when the real match comes, then you'll catch very nicely the balls because you're the wicket keeper. There's no problem because you practiced. It means you followed the process of abhidya. This is the principle. This is a core principle. That means what do we manifest? We understand that, oh, he is my master, he is my soul proprietor. Now let me lead my life according to his instructions, according to their will. Send the message in the group, right? Prabhupada is actually telling one should develop the relationship with the Lord, yes. But even more important, one should develop the relationship with the Acharya. Because he actually intensifies that relationship. Because under his guidance, under his shelter only, one can again and again and again. Why? Through this telling only, dear devotees, we have these anarthas in the heart. That has to be removed. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsar, they have to be removed. They have to be cut out. It has to be removed from the consciousness. Then the deeper feelings will manifest in the heart. Then you will tell, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where are you, my dear father? How can I get you? I tried getting so many things of this world. I was never satisfied. Real hankering is this, my dear father. I want you. I really need your devotee association. Please help. Where are you? Where are you? How do I find you? This is what this is aspiration will come. And this comes when these things are removed from the heart. Why do we become stubborn? Said right? Attachments. What kind of attachments? This attachments of this world. Material attachments, our assets, our property. They do not belong to us actually. They do not belong to us. So on our mother's side, there's a property issue which is going on. I immediately told my mother, there's an issue, there's a property issue. That means it is coming out of money. Please stay away from that. We are not here to fight for the property. Please stay away from that. If they give anything, use in the service of the Lord. That's what I said. That's it. We are not for that. We are not here to waste our valuable human form of life to fight for that. Because through that fight, what happens? I again said, envy will manifest, greed will manifest, lust. When Prabhupada cheated, he never went to the court and then he submitted. If he, my cousins, they all cheated, they took all my property. Do you see that Prabhupada do? Going to the court, submitting that? No, he didn't. He didn't have time for doing that. Because that is not his business. Because he knows that's the will of the Krishna. If Krishna wants to give, he will give unlimited, Baba. Didn't Krishna give him unlimited later? We will everything we will use in the service of the Lord. This only comes when one leaves stubbornness, the mere phantasmagoria attachments of this world, the material attachments. Actually, those attachments are not material attachments. It looks material attachments, but the moment we are connected with the others, with the spiritual master, with the Lord, those will be used in their service. That's it. What's the problem? They are not material. They are actually helping us to become spiritual. That means everything is on an absolute plane. Devotee doesn't see anything here because everything is in connection with the Lord only. This is actually real Sambandha. Real Sambandha is what? Everything belongs to the Lord. My dear Lord, let me see in which way I can use this in your service. Srila Prabhupada, let me see in which way I can use this in your service. This state one should actually come. You should actually aspire for this. Because through this state only stubbornness is gone. Otherwise stubbornness will not. Why stubbornness will go? If a person has material hankerings, do we think that the stubbornness from the heart will go? Prabhupada said, immediately said, unnecessary, after removing unnecessary things only one can practice Krishna consciousness. That means If unnecessary things are there, yes, there are so many unnecessary things which is not required actually for us. Who said it is required for us? Shiva Shacharya, he was like confused by seeing Kundalini Vidyanidha is in the midst of so many people, lot of money, lot of wealth, this, that, so many other things. But the moment somebody speaks about Bhagavatam in state of consciousness, he's actually rolling on the ground. Oh, this is ecstasy, ecstasy is crying. Then he understands, this person is not an ordinary person. If you are in that state, then having those things is good. Correct. But if you are not in that state, using that for sense gratification, that is not helpful. Because that will not bring to the plane of surrender. And until that is manifested, we cannot forget about seeing the Lord. We cannot actually experience the presence of the Lord in the heart. Because the Lord is sitting in the heart as Paramatma is dormant. See, Krishna did not speak to Arjuna until he came to that state. Karpanya dosha, this is a favorite actually. Kahata swabhava. Shishya say, Ham Sai Mam Tam Prapanno, my dear Lord, I'm your servant. No, please, please help me. This is a real attitude of a disciple. Please, my dear Father, give me what is best to me. Don't want anything unwanted things. Please. This is becoming free from stubbornness. Srila Prabhupada is always depending. He's always depending on his spiritual master. He's always depending on the mercy of the Lord. He says, if Krishna desires, it will happen. If Krishna desires, it will manifest. If Krishna desires, this will happen, that will happen. But to manifest that desire, I have to do what I am supposed to do. For example, a lot of people will tell this. अरे कृष्णा का इच्छा रहना है. I'm not getting up in the morning because कृष्णा का इच्छा नहीं है. Like Krishna doesn't like me to get up in the morning. What is this? Who is stopping you to get up? Is that Krishna stopping? No, it's our sense gratification which is stopping us to get up in the morning. So we are sleeping late. We are watching some cell phones, this, that, so many other things, videos in the night, sleeping late. That is our problem. That is not the problem of the Lord because Lord is giving facility. You can sleep by again go to bed, again get up in the morning. It is we who have to change that. A lot of people will tell, oh, devotees also will tell, oh Lord, it's Krishna's desire. If Krishna desires, then I'll surrender. What do you mean? Krishna, it is not like Krishna. Did you see like Krishna telling Arjuna to surrender? Do you see Krishna asking Arjuna to submit? Arjuna submitted out of his thing, his independence. He is using that independence in his way. He's not putting on the side of the Lord. Oh my dear Lord, why did you do this? Why did you do that? He's not telling that. He's not showing that false propaganda or false agendas. He's simply submitting himself. No, so we cannot say that, oh, if Krishna will. There is the other side also, which where pure devotees will see. Because from their There, you can do whatever you want with me. I'm like a mouse in front of a lion. What the mouse will do to the lion? Nothing. Mouse says, "Boy, do whatever you want to with me." Then lion will play with the mouse. If the lion feels inspired, it will leave the mouse. The lion feels even more inspired, it will eat away the mouse. So everything is in the hands of the lion. We are like that. What can we do? This pure devotee is thinking, because pure devotee completely surrendered everything. Then he's speaking like this. We cannot say that.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Can
Hare Krishna, you can hear.
Okay, Prabhu, we can hear you now. It looks like it was breaking in between or lagging in between, but
Yeah, you
now
can hear now.
yes, Prabhu, much better.
So that's how actually we take it. So that is the way. When you understand that, dear devotees, then our consciousness is improved. Then we understand, oh, yaar, I'm totally dependent. Yes, dear devotees, we are actually totally dependent. We eat pushad, right, every day. It goes into the stomach. It has to be digested. If there is a problem in the digestion, then there's a problem in the body. That means everything has to go correctly. If things are not happening in right way, then we are caught up. Everything has to go in the right direction, dear devotees. Then only we can move forward. It is a blessing. We're getting up in the morning, it's a blessing. We're able to hear, it's a blessing. We're able to read, it's a blessing. We're able to do little service, it's a blessing. We're able to eat some prasad, it's a blessing. Now, how many in this world they are eating prasad? Nobody is eating prasad. Only few, hardly few. They're fortunate actually. Who gets that opportunity to eat prasad every day? People eat dead animals. Tamogana. They don't know. It's not that they're at fault. They're kept in that state. They're not interested. They're not eager. They don't understand the importance of it. But we have received it. How much fortunate we should accept it. This is establishing sambandha. And then slowly through this sambandha only one will come to that state of abhidheya and then continuously this we need to aspire more and more. We should aspire for more of this. Prahlad Maharaj was actually continuously remembering the Lord, continuously understanding His glories, continuously meditating Him. The moment he saw the Lord, he's expressing that gratitude to the Lord. Oh, my dear Lord, thank you. You see, I'm born in this demonic family. I'm not qualified to see you. It's your mercy you came to me. Just see, dear devotees, what kind of attitude he has. Beautiful, man. We are engineer, doctor, or scientist, this, that, so many other things. Who gave that intelligence? It is the Lord who gave that intelligence. That means through Lord given intelligence only we are actually working. We are actually understanding. It's the Lord given intelligence only. They're using the intelligence of the Lord. That means the energy of the Lord is used, but it is not used in the service of the Lord. Please understand this. This is not cheating. It is actually cheating. For example, if the Lord says, yes, these days you have used sunlight, now you have to pay this much. Do we pay? Do we pay to sun? We don't. Yeah, but we are using, right? Do we pay to the moon? Because through moon's light only, the vegetables they get the juice. We are using those vegetables. We have to pay to moon also. Are we paying to the farmers who are actually growing those vegetables? Or you can say that I'm going to the store and purchasing. Internally, yeah, farmer is also getting. It's not the way. We are indebted. Don't we see? What am I trying to say is we are indebted, dear devotees. The more we feel we are indebted, the more that sambandha is established. Otherwise, how is that sambandha is well established? The Lord is there, dear devotees. Every nook and corner is there. Just like there is every step there is danger, not at every step there is a blessing also. Padam padam jitvi padam nothing. Every step there is a danger in this world. But through that danger, there is the presence of the Lord. The Lord's hand is always this Prahlad Maharaj has seen. That's why any obstacle which is coming in his life, he's actually relishing that. He's actually experiencing the presence of the Lord through that difficulty. And he's not. Yeah, dear devotees, we don't have time. We should go. We should go with the flow. We should quickly take this cross of Krishna consciousness to the core of our heart. Sincerely, we should chant our round. Sincerely, we should hear. We should read Prabhupada books. We should understand. We should hear. We should assess. We should go internal. We should accept Varana has to come. Dear devotee, this truth is absolute, dear devotee. What we are discussing is an absolute. There is no doubt about it. And when one follows, he gets the true happiness. I'll tell you again. A lot of people will do not understand that devotee, they leave the job, they are leaving the happiness. No, dear devotees, we are getting more happiness. Who said we are losing? We are gaining so much. Never complain that, oh, there is no job. No, that never comes to the heart. We're very happy, very happy practicing Krishna consciousness. Because the Lord is always there. He's actually helping. He's actually helping in. This is practical. Prabhupada says that my spiritual master is so practical, man. He's always guiding from the heart. He's always telling, oh, he's doing so much. Prabhupada says that my spiritual master is doing so much, but still he says that, oh, Krishna's will has to be there. Krishna has to grant this. Krishna has to sanction. Otherwise, how can I do this? Means what he's doing, even though he's doing services continuously, then again he's telling that I'm dependent on the Lord. That means they're not forgetting the root. They're actually absorbed in that consciousness always. If Krishna's will is there, then things will manifest. If Krishna doesn't like, then it will not manifest. That means what are they feeling? They're feeling that relation, they're feeling that sambandha with the Lord. And for that sambandha, they're doing all these services. And through the services, they're gaining unlimited happiness. Through that's how they are able to leave everything of this world. But actually, they're not leaving like they're gaining so much. That's why they're leaving. If you're getting something higher, you leave lower, na. If you're getting something higher experience through bhakti, it's easy to leave indriya bhog, sense gratification. exchange of that experiences, that is reaching. Exchange of that feelings, exchange of that experience, exchange of that relationship, exchange of that love. This is Bhakti. Very, very important. This we need to think, internalize more and more, understand, and move forward. Hare Krishna. We'll stop here. Anyone would like to add anything? Would like to share any questions, any comments, or any doubts in what we discussed? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Done with pranam.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Amma.
Thank you for the class, Prabhuji, today. One, I had a question about, when you said the devotee that typically, uses Krishna's will as the excuse to.
Amma, your voice is breaking. I cannot hear.
Oh, I know the
You're
video.
speaking, but I cannot hear. Can
It's
others?
clear for, yeah, we can hear Prabhuji. Actually, your voice was breaking today.
Oh, okay. Can you hear now, Subal Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, now we can hear you.
Can you hear me
Hare
now,
Krishna.
Prabhuji?
I'm unable to hear what Mataji is telling.
Oh,
There's a connection is there.
Yeah, maybe a little bit louder, Mataji, and
yeah.
maybe if we turn off the video, internet connection might.
Yes, I can hear now.
Okay,
Hare
great.
Krishna, Prabhuji. You
Please
can
tell.
hear me now? Ha. Yeah, no, my question was about the devotee who, uh, some devotees you were saying they may, devotee or even non-devotee, they may, use Krishna's will as the excuse to fulfill his own material desires, or for him to continue doing what is convenient for him or her, um but he blames everything that's convenient for him on Krishna's will. how does one come out of how can one come out of that, I guess, habit or mindset? To, like, the example you gave is, if one cannot wake up early in the morning, they'll just say, oh, it was Krishna's will. So how can one, who is doing that, how can one come out of that mindset, or that blaming mindset, that this is also Krishna's will, that is also Krishna's will?
Actually, you can hear me okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Actually, Krishna to come, see, that is an unnatural state, and it is it is one of the anartha. Through that anartha only these things are manifesting. Because if the sadhaka is thinking he's a doer, then he will put other persons down through that process. Because when he is convinced that I'm doing something, and this something, that means whatever he does is correct. So he wouldn't understand whether this is right, whether this is authorized, or whether this is correct, whether that is correct. He's not thinking of that. He's simply telling that this is through that only it is manifesting. So how does one actually come out of it? Actually, the person has to become sincere. First thing. And he should understand, and he should understand that there is really a problem here in the heart. Then not the problem is outside. Problem is not outside, it's in the heart only. And he should see the life of pure devotee. He should see the life of acharyas. And when he sees that, he will understand, Arey, what's happening? They're so selfless. Why am I behaving like this? They're so pure. Why am I acting? Why am I acting like this? They're so selfless and they're so pure. They're getting unlimited happiness. I'm not experiencing any happiness. I'm not experiencing any joy in practicing Krishna consciousness. I'm not experiencing any ananda or any ruchi. I'm still struggling. And he realizes that. That means the person has to realize that this is an emergency process. If a person realizes that this is an emergency process, then he will take this more sincerely. Then he will follow in the footsteps of the acharyas. Then his life will be successful. He should see the example of the acharya. What is acharya? Acharya means what? They follow, they show. What do the spiritual masters do? They follow and then show through their example, through their life. When we see their life, then we understand. This is how I should be. Sincere, like them. Anusmarana, and following their footsteps, following their words. Oh, this thing is not dear to him. Let me don't do this. Let me don't. He told me in the class that, oh, this I shouldn't dwell on this. Okay, let me stay away from that. I remember when I told my mother, do you have this property issue? Just stay away from that. Don't discuss on that too much. If you discuss on that too much, your heart will be affected. Your heart will be affected with the greed. So do not discuss that. Do not actually dwell on that. We are not here to increase our property, or we are not here to do big things, anything materially. No. We are here to become sincere. We are here to understand our nature, our identity. But if we hear, simply follow it, then we are away from it. For this, we require submissiveness. When that submissiveness is there, then we will come out of that. Otherwise, we will complain in Krishna consciousness. I remember my spiritual master telling, if you are complaining in Krishna consciousness, means you are doing it to understand that you have so many anarthas in the heart which are actually affecting. That means if the complaint is coming, don't we actually share? No, we have to share, because if we do not share, then we cannot come out of it. We share, we understand, oh, this problem is there because we are feeling that we are great. We are feeling that we are the doer. We are not sincere, but we're thinking that we are sincere. Yes, that's why it comes.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji. I actually just had a follow up, so if the one devotee, he if he's in the if he's around respectable acharyas and reading shastras, chanting, but we still see they are they're still doing that, putting fulfilling, sense gratification, or and also blaming it, putting it on, this is Krishna's will that I live like this, and but doing everything selfishly, but they're constantly in touch with acharyas, and they're constantly it seems to externally as if they're very sincerely following the process of Krishna consciousness. And then, even if they've been doing it for years, what is the reason that even though they're around um, very true devotees, pure devotees, and respectable acharyas, that they still are like this?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji cannot hear you, Prabhu.
It's a very clear gives a clarity who actually a devotee is. If we do not understand who a devotee is, then we will see everyone and then we will proclaim everyone as a devotee. Devotee means he should have some qualities. He should be on a selfless plane. I'll tell who a devotee is. Then you see how a devotee should be. A devotee should be on a selfless plane. He shouldn't be running behind sense gratification. He should, he's not cultivating, he's not having so many properties, and still he's proclaiming himself as devotee. He should use those properties in the service of the Lord. He should come to the plane of surrender. He should have a spiritual master in his life. And then he's ensuring that he's following those principles, he's abiding to the words of the spiritual master. And his life and soul is that person. He's leading his life according to his principles, according to his words. And Srila Prabhupada is his life and soul. It's not deviating. It's simply following, or he's aspiring for that consciousness. And he's non-envious. He's compassionate. He's not a sense gratifier. These are all some symptoms. If these things are there, then he's a devotee. These things are not there, we should be careful. We should be very, very careful. When a person is proclaiming that it is the will of the Krishna, we should be even more careful. For example, if I'm unable to get up, that is my nonsense. If I did some sense gratification in the night, I'll get up late.
મમ્મી પછી કરજો ને મારો ક્લાસ પતી જાય હું પ્રશ્ન પૂછું છું. Thank you.
So that's how it is. It's very important. I remember you speaking in. So these things has to be reviewed on. We should be very careful. We should be very selective in our association.
Thank you, Prabhuji. And so that means if externally it seems to be, it seems that one is 4 years into Krishna consciousness and in the association of acharyas, but if so that doesn't necessarily equate to them being a true devotee. A true devotee.
We're practicing.
Yeah.
Eventually, if they get an association of that kind, then they will also come to that plane. They're practicing.
Yeah.
And let's say if we respect from the heart, but respecting is one thing, taking association is another thing. That means we are not inspired. We don't take that association. Purpose is actually. I'll give an example and then I'll conclude. We'll discuss about this tomorrow. Let's say if there's a glass of milk and the glass of milk is touched by poison. The snake touched it. That means the poison went into that milk. Do we drink that milk? Papa says we don't. We don't drink that milk, right? It's a natural thing. Likewise, if a person is actually proclaiming he's that as devotee, but he's not a devotee. If he's not sincere, then we should be very careful with that association, because we will get that out. We will get the same qualities which he has. For example, you will think that is only devotion. Oh, this is how we should become. This is what devotion is.
Yeah.
But that is not. But that is not. But that is not. Devotion, you see how Arjuna is dealing? That is devotion. You see how Srila Prabhupada life is? That is devotion. If you find a person like that, you take that association. You don't miss that association. Very important. That's why we should have a shikshana in our life. We should have a person in our life who's actually training us. And the person who is actually training, he should be in the platform to train. He should be given that service to train that lab. Because what we're trying to train here was we're training our heart. Actually, we're trying to cultivate our heart so that these qualities are manifested. We want to become selfless, because through selflessness only we get happiness. If you are not selfless, we don't get happiness. Please understand this. Papa is actually proclaiming again and again. It's very important. Remember, I said in the class, right? A lot of people will think, oh, Prabhu, job, Neil Govinda Das ne job chhod diya. He left the job. No, it's not like leaving the job. We're gaining so much, so many other things. It's important. We need to understand. Prabhupada gave his life. Prabhupada gave everything. I remember my spiritual master giving everything, so much. And it's a small indication, it's a small reciprocation. That's it. That itself is giving happiness. What to speak, if we do more, how much happiness we'll get? Alright, this is so deep, dear devotees. Krishna consciousness is very deep science. We should actually take this more and more sincerely. That means whenever we understand, whenever we think about this, we should ask this question: how much selfless I am, and what should I do to become selfless? We should ask a person who's actually selfless. If you ask a person who's selfish, he'll use us. Please understand this. I'm very clear here. We should actually choose right choice. We should actually have good association. And that association, he should not use us, rather he should actually bring us closer to Acharya, closer to Krishna. Should take that kind of association. I remember my spiritual master doing that continuously his entire life. That is what he trained us. He told us one thing: you be honest. That's what he told me before preaching. He said, you be honest. Just show your life. If people get attracted, they will come. They will hear. They will be connected to the acharyas. And their life will be happy. That's it. That's what he said. And then ensure that, make them convinced that they are not devotees. They should be convinced that we should be convinced they are devotees. We are not devotees actually. Who said we are devotees? We are actually practicing to become devotees. You should understand this. There's so many things in our heart. Who told us we are devotees? There's more. There's more internalization. Prabhupada gave so much. He gave his life. He gave up his family. His job was at stake. His business was at loss. Everyone were putting him down. Nobody was accepting him. His family members were also were not accepting him. Nobody was helping him to preach the science of Krishna consciousness. Still, he accepted everything. He accepted as a blessing of the Lord. His only focus is to please his spiritual master. That is his mood. That is his mood. We should follow in that footsteps. We give so much. Let me do something. Let me learn this truth more and more and become more sincere. I'll tell, if you all become very sincere, there's so much to be done in Krishna consciousness. You'll actually feel the happiness and joy in practicing this. If people are not practicing, that's okay, because they didn't get that kind of association. But if we as a sadhaka, we should aspire for that association where our Krishna consciousness is relished, where our Krishna consciousness is watered, the watering of the root is done. That you should take that association. Very important. That's why I said every day we should hear very sincerely. If you cannot understand, you hear again. It's important, because the more we hear, the more we understand, the more we'll be grateful. We'll actually do some service. Because these things from our heart, they have to be removed. Sense gratification, speculation, and stubbornness. Then these things are removed, then the surrender will come. Otherwise, it will not come. It's not easy. That's why we are doing this training. And I'm telling also, I'm not telling, oh, directly surrender. I'm telling how to surrender also. And how to give up that speculation. How to give up that stubbornness. Why are we stubborn? How to give up that sense of gratification. If we remember our spiritual master, our acharyas always, do we ever want to do sense of gratification? So every day we are hearing that not to do it, not to do it. If we have a relationship with the person, do we do it? We don't do it. That's why this is not information. This is transformation. We're establishing the core relationship with the Lord. This is Sambandha. Dear devotees, this is the principle which we are discussing is Sanatana. That means eternal things. That means we do this continuously without any stoppage. That is bhakti. If somebody, even since many days were there but not practicing, we just respect them from the heart. We are not envious towards them. We just move forward. We take good resolution and then we move forward. We correct our consciousness, we move forward. We want to become more and more sincere. Making sense, Amma?
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you so much. That brings a lot of clarity. We should just focus on. I just didn't know how that was possible. Like, years and years. I just was thinking if I would be listening to you for years and years, I would think hopefully it would transform me and make me more and more like purified. But so I just was so confused as why that happens. But in any you brought so much clarity that we should just focus, not associate too much with someone like that, and focus on our own becoming a better devotee, our own self. Just focus on our journey. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji.
When you hear every day, Amma, when you develop a relationship, when you hear nicely, you'll make a lot of progress. I
Yes.
simply did hearing. What I did from my spiritual master is hearing. That's what he told me. You hear sincere. That's what I did. That's what I'm doing. Because that will bring up everything. That will bring up surrender. That will bring us submission. That will bring up compassion. That will bring the non-envious heart. Everything will come. Because we're hearing now every day. It will come. That's why we need to reflect our heart. We need to share. We need to write. We need to write down. We need to discuss. We need to check our heart. There's so much in the process. These are all the part of process. We should meditate. Oh, why is it? Oh, if it is Sanatana, why it is Sanatana? If that is Sanatana means if it is eternal, then how should I do that? That means, should I continuously chant Hare Krishna? Yes, that is there. What is chanting of Hare Krishna? It's a glorification of the Lord. If you are doing it continuously, means with what attitude I should cultivate? What should be the state of consciousness in my heart? How is the heart has to be changed so that I do this continuously? These questions you need to ask. Never ever be I'm telling to everyone, we should never be insecure. If you are hearing attentively, things will shape up. Papa will be very happy. Our spiritual master will be very happy. We do this continuously. The transformation will come in the heart. Simply by oral reception. Shravana, Kirtana. Will purify us more and more. We'll become more and more sincere. Hare Krishna. And all the obstructions which are there, they'll go. For that, we need to also do Etamam Prabhadyanta. Whatever we are hearing, we are trying to understand, then we slowly try to apply that in our life. Abhideya. That means what are we doing? Abhideya. Abhideya is what? Practically we are following them in our life. By doing some actions, valuable actions, which will give us that prayojana. Making sense, Amma? It's a very
Yes,
practical
very
thing.
much. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank
Hare
you for that
Krishna.
question. Very good. Very good. Anyone else? Otherwise, we'll quickly stop. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Please excuse me if I caused any inconvenience to any one of you. We'll continue tomorrow. Please try to think about the truth. It's very important. We need to ask this question: why the happiness is not coming to me? How is this Krishna consciousness process will give unlimited happiness? You should ask these questions in the heart. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Dear Vamshira Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pradam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for the wonderful class. So many wonderful points, Sambandha, Abhidheya, Prayojan, and how to know who is a devotee that we need to follow. Thank you so much for this